The law of character is my favorite way to manifest. It's the thing that I've been doing the most in my entire life. The one thing that I religiously do, if you will, and that is practice the law of character. I think of who it is that I want to be, who has the things I want to have, who am I inspired by, and then I become that. One of my first ones ever was maybe comic book characters, action figures, characters back in the day when I was really young. But I can remember this character, Solid Snake, in this video game. He was like for some of you, you know exactly what I'm talking about in Metal Gear, but just really a broad example for those who don't know. He's like a secret agent, like a kind of like a James Bond, but a tougher version. Kind of like has to save the end of the world, but gosh, who would you say? James Bond mixed with like a Jason Bourne in a sense, someone like that. And I always wanted to be him. I always wanted to be like, that's who I want to be. I want to be like Snake. I want to have my missions. I want to complete them. And I would always attach myself to that. And then when Iron Man came out in 2008, I thought, oh my gosh, this is the coolest freaking thing. I want to be Tony Stark. I want to be Robert Downey Jr. I want to have the freaking house in Malibu. I wanted the cars. I love the Audi R8. That was the first time ever I thought, oh my God, supercars are awesome. I didn't even know what supercars were. I didn't think about Lamborghini, Ferrari. I didn't know anything about it, but an Audi R8, I was like, yes, that is awesome. I need to have that. That sounds freaking amazing. That'd be the best. Give me one sec here, y'all. I'm just making sure this thing is tracking me real well. There we go. I think it's at focus. Hopefully, we'll see. But I saw that character and I thought, that's who I want to be. That's who I need to be. If I want those things, I got to be him. See, I've never ever wanted, hey, I need to have all this money. I need to have all these things. I more wanted to be that person. Like, what does it feel like to be that person? What does it feel like to be in their shoes? When I would think that, when I would see that has served me my whole life. Another big one, maybe my biggest manifestation when I was younger, and I didn't realize this was going to happen. I saw this movie, Jeremiah Johnson, with Robert Redford. I recommend everyone see it. If you are a guy watching this, you better go see this movie. You better rent it, find it any way you can, or get it on Amazon. Go watch Jeremiah Johnson as soon as you possibly can. It'll change your life. But I wanted to be Jeremiah Johnson. When I was 17, I saw this movie, and my dad said, no, you can never do that. You can't go live in the forest. You can't go build your cabin. I was like, no, forget that. I'm doing it. Lo and behold, that manifestation happened 7 years later when I met my wife. We were homeless at one point. And then from there, we were able to get some land really cheap all the way up in North Idaho. And we just lived in a tent. We built this little shack. And then from there, as time went on, we built a bigger home. But we built like just me. I didn't know how to build. I learned it from YouTube. But that point in my life, I was living the manifestation of being Jeremiah Johnson. You know, it's funny. I have this great beard. I love my beard. And when I saw Jeremiah Johnson, I was 17. I never could grow a beard. You know, I was still in that young phase. I just that little scraggle. And I always wanted a beard. Like, to me, having a beard was like more important than anything at the time. When I was like 18, 19 years old, I was like, I gotta have a beard. That's the coolest thing. That's better than anything else. I don't care about anything else. I just want to have this awesome beard. Manifested it. When you manifest these character traits about you, instead of just, hey, I gotta have this thing. I gotta have money. I need money because I don't feel good. No, you won't. Money does help. Money does buy happiness. I will tell you that. It does help. But you got to first be the person that has it. You got to identify with some character that you can grasp and then become. That's why the law of character is so important. You know, women don't realize this, but almost all women are born into the law of character. You know, women are told to be a princess. You know, if they have a good relationship with their parents treat them like a princess. They're always known as the princess. You know, the queen, like they got to be treated. So, like, it's already these character traits that are developed in them to be this princess, to be the best, to be so beautiful, to be this goddess. You know what I mean? Like, they don't realize it. No one talks about it, but women are almost born into the law of character. Where men, we do have certain roles, but it's more just like, hey, just work, just be a man, just you got to do this or that. Like, and it's like, what does that mean? You know, be a man, be this or that. Like, you got to have a role model to know from that, you know. I grew up watching John Wayne, Like I told you, Jeremiah Johnson, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Stallone, real men, these masculine, awesome guys. That really helped me to define how to be a freaking man, how I wanted to be. So y'all, I'm gonna wrap it up on that. Law of character is everything. You gotta know who you want to be, and you gotta think about that, and you gotta have fun with life. It is getting really dark out here. I'm probably getting really out of focus, but if you want to learn more about this, if you want to change your life, if you want your manifestations to happen, definitely sign up with me on my website in the description or in the comment section down below. I love y'all. Pick your character. It's the game of life.